Yeah, I'll say, speaking of peace, do you think there's any way we can see peace sometime soon in Gaza?
Um, no, no. I think peace in Gaza is only going to come at, well, again, it's kind of like your question about Ukraine. It depends on what sort of Donald Trump we get. If it's the Donald Trump that was campaigning in Michigan, then maybe. Uh, Donald Trump is, from everyone that I've spoken to that is close with him, which is a certain type of people. I don't speak to too many people that are in the neocon orbit of the Trump world. But when I've spoken, everyone just says, yeah, Donald Trump is principally, anti-war. Not because he's a pacifist or not because he is an anti-imperialist, but simply because he doesn't like dying, he doesn't like death, and he thinks it's bad for business. I think that there's a very strong argument to be made that all of the foreign conflicts, foreign interventions, wars, coups, regime change operations, the United States has engaged in over the entirety of Donald Trump's adult lifetime have been costly to the United States in the West. It's been costly in terms of manpower. It's been costly in terms of our actual assets that we have sent abroad, and we've really gotten nothing for it. If you think about it, okay, what is this for? It's about getting resources. It's about getting gas. I mean, America has plenty of oil, plenty of gas, plenty of resources. We could easily, as Donald Trump is now suggesting, and something I've suggested for years, we could easily take Canada as a 51st state or make it turn the provinces into a number of states. And we'd have all the resources that we could ever need. So it can't be about that. What is it about? It's about maintaining the dollar hegemony. It's about continuing the endless flow of dollars in foreign central banks and foreign economies. And that is why the U.S. national debt is however many, 3,300 some trillion dollars. That's ridiculous amount of money. It's like 36 trillion, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's why this we have this national debt issue. It's because the power of the United States is rooted in acting like the world's, bank, where we continue to act like a creditor state using the U.S. dollar, and then we end up having all of this debt that we have to pay back to nations who actually are using us and using the dollar. And I think Donald Trump is going to have a bit of a fork in the road type situation because as much as he hates war, as much as he hates, the byproduct of war, which is death and, bad business, also wants to fight a war to protect the health and well-being of the US dollar as the global reserve currency. And you can't have both. You can't have a world where there is not outsized military pressure to continue using the dollar and expect the dollar to still remain as the global reserve currency. So I don't know how he's going to deal with that. He thinks tariffs are the solution. Tariffs are not the solution. It's just going to exacerbate de-dollarization and all these issues. It might cause some, blockades and issues for some nations that are pursuing de-dollarization. Their oligarchical Western-oriented elite might say, okay, we don't like these tariffs, so let's stop de-dollarization. But by and large, Russia's not going to stop and China's not going to stop. And even if that's what we have, a bipolar world, China's still winning in the bipolar world. They're going to continue winning. The tariffs aren't going to stop anything. So Donald Trump's got a lot of issues on his hands that he didn't create, and I don't know how he's going to solve it.